In the 21st century, the ideas of global development can be used only when developed countries will better understand the purpose and the end user of proposed development. All development ideas should be a direct reflection of collected information, including their relevancy, and be timely accurate. To clearly understand the developing issues, the government, policymakers, and international institutions must adapt new approach in decision making, as many still hold on archaic ideas which are becoming irrelevant in 21st century. The frustration from continuity of all social, economic, environmental, and political systems were emphasized on global scale. Young people and school children around the world started to confront the current ideas of global development. At the same time, students of economics questioned taught curriculum of prominent universities of global north about the accuracy and transparency of the ideas and materials. Questioning about relevance and usefulness of ideas of global development from the economic perspective were expressed by Kate Raworth in her Donut Economics book. She evaluated and reflected that the ideas of global development measurement as infinite growth doesn't meet the key development issues, but exact opposite. The infinite growth, overconsumption, overuse creates those development issues. She proposed a new way of thinking of what global economics, politicians, and policymakers should focus on. Instead of promoting continuous growth, we should seek the balance between production and consumption, try to eliminate unnecessary spending and usage of natural resources. Although the ideas of global development have been specified and agreed within countries of global north and global south by establishing United Nations Alliance and agreed upon 19 Sustainable Development Goals, the focus to understand key development issues have been polarized and slow. Despite of the post-pandemic shift in the global development ideas toward resolving global development issues, those have been heavily underestimated and caused a global emergency. The urgency and intensity of the climate change, inequality, and poverty became co-threat for humanity. The necessity of understanding global problem of climate change and its rising poverty as byproduct have been directly addressed in recent days during United Nations Climate Change Conference COP27 in Egypt. Many of these representatives from developing countries who have suffered severe weather conditions as a result of climate change, droughts, flooding, loss of food crops, and where millions of people have been displaced, reflected and evaluated current global development ideas. And they ask for political will of developed countries to propose adequate development ideas to address those development issues. Furthermore, based on the analysis and further reading, streaming documentaries and daily news, global development ideas only briefly touch the global development issues iceberg. It is obvious from the current global situation that there is a direct connection between climate change and social economic inequality towards increasing poverty in global north and global south. Those issues are no longer issues of global south as here be referred for decades, but it becomes problem of global north too. I agree with Dr. Rory Horner, who explained there is needed transformation of perspective from the term international development to global development, and that the segregation of global north and global south issues is no longer valid. One of the examples with continuous social economical inequality is the American city Detroit. Detroit's history and its ongoing social and economic situation show the impact of the prolonged social inequality, which is one of the root accused of the degradation of the prosperity and wealth, resulting in the increase of poverty and crime in this community. In cities like Detroit, the global development idea should be reconsidered and evaluated if they meet the development issues. Although there is a hope that those issues will be addressed and meet, as many residents try to improve the ongoing situation, but more support and action are needed from the government and from investors.